Alright, and welcome back, folks. We're going to continue talking about variables and getting user input. So let me just expand upon this variables that we've had before. So we've already done one variable, which is just variable x. I can create multiple variables like variable y. Let's just set that equal to 4. I can do also variable z, and maybe I want to have that equal x plus y. So you can, of course, do that. Now, we can see here in this example that I just made that x has the value of 3, y has the value of 4, and z would get the value of 7 because it's going to calculate whatever x plus y is. Now, when we're assigning these names, because right now I just did some simple things like x, y, z, but generally speaking, we should remember there's a couple rules to follow when we're assigning variable names in JavaScript. The names should only contain letters, digits, underscores, and dollar signs. Right? You can't do something weird like you want to put like question marks in the variable name. Can't do that. Right? The names typically must begin with a letter, so you always want to have like x, y, z, bars, 1, 2, or something like that. Your names can begin with a dollar sign, and technically you could do it with an underscore, but we're not going to use it for this tutorial. Names also are case sensitive, which means that a lowercase y would be different from an uppercase y. And then also some reserved words like JavaScript keywords like bar or window. You can't use those as variable names. Now, another thing to note is that an equal sign does not necessarily mean it's equal to. So I can't say like, I can't compare two things with an equal sign. Like we don't, like, if I say like bar x equals 3, I can't say that I'm comparing x to 3. If I want to use a comparison, I have to use a double equal sign, or equals equals, to indicate that something is equal to. Additionally, when I'm writing multiple variables, I technically don't have to place them all on the same line. So let me just give you an example of that. So I'm just going to do var person equals quote John, and then I'm going to have maybe say car name equals quote say Chevy, and then price equals quote, and let me just say like 20,000. Now you'll notice that in that I have string type variables, but they're all in the same line. Right? And this is kind of a shortcut method that we can utilize when writing code. So like I could technically rewrite this line of code up here to be var x equals 3, comma, y equals 4, comma, z equals x plus y. You can do that in order to help condense your code. Similarly, we can also do arithmetic with JavaScript variables. So instead of x being equal to 3, maybe I want that to be equal to x equals 3 plus 2 plus 5, let's say. So that's going to change the value of x then. You can also technically add strings, and we kind of saw this last lesson, but those kind of strings are not going to really be utilized the way you might think of it. So what is this? Z is defined but never used. Okay. And this one says person is defined already. Okay, this is just because we're not using it. You can define strings. So, for example, I could have, if you remember the previous example, we did like John plus space plus dough. I could define that using another variable. So let's just say var equals var name equals quote John plus quote space quote plus quote dough. So when you add strings here, they're not really added. They're actually more what's known as concatenated. And so they're actually string values that aren't added. You're not adding the value of strings. Instead, you're tacking them on end to end with in order you're kind of taking words and forming a sentence. All right. And let me just go ahead and just do maybe a couple window.alerts here. So maybe I want to do a window.alert Let's just add in some here for let's do Y. Window.alert for Z. Window.alert for name. Alright, and you'll see that some of these got eliminated out of here. Maybe I also want to do one for window.alert person. And you see it still has errors just because they're defined but they're not being used. This one doesn't like a redefinition of name here. So maybe I'll put first name. That should hopefully solve that problem. Yep, there we go. So let's go ahead and just test this out, and we should have a couple pop-ups here. So there's 10, there's 4, there's 14, there's John, and those should be all of my alerts there. Alright, and that will conclude this lesson, ladies and gentlemen. You'll notice that it didn't pop up this person here because these are all the same thing. I'd have to resolve this, so I could just easily add more window.alerts here to kind of resolve those variables not being used. And you'll see that if I were to do that, all my errors here would be gone. So then, of course, it's going to pop all those up. All right, folks, until next time.